Another week of beautiful anime nonsense with the Weebchat degenerates. How is everyone doing today? We'll start with CBC. CBC, how's it going on this fine, weirdly a Wednesday evening this week?
It is fantastic. My Chris Bryant jersey came in today, so I'm ecstatic.
The old a Rockies one, right?
Yeah, the Rockies one.
I'll take it.
I just, Chris Bryant fan.
Sometimes you
I
gotta
have
be.
my original Chris Bryant jersey right here. It's better.
Correct.
So
I like that.
last week I couldn't help myself, and I kept making horrible jokes at Omar's expense, calling him a piece of shit and stuff. So this week I'm gonna make it my goal. I'm gonna go through this whole episode. I am not gonna say one. No, everything I say about Omar is gonna be positive. So Omar, you sex deity, you. How was your
Piece
day
of
today?
shit.
I feel like you're being honest. I wish you were mean to me again. This just doesn't feel natural.
Omar,
What's your
please.
response?
Your chin is beautiful. Please tell us how your day is going.
Alright. It wasn't so great. If you follow sports, you would know that my Chicago Bulls are no longer in the playoffs. But besides that, it's been fine.
Very good. Well, how about you, Grizz? Your Cubs won today after seemingly trying their absolute darndest to do anything but.
Cubs
Patrick Wisdom, right? Yeah.
P-Wiz.
By the way, it's been an okay day. I've been stuck in the apartment since I don't have a car, so it's currently being worked on. So
Why didn't you just
that's
call
the
me, man? I
downer.
can give you a ride.
I
That's
didn't
so
have
cool.
10 hours to wait, but either way, it's been solid. Played some EASHL, got a shutout for the first time. That was pretty sick. And besides that, I'm just happy to be here with everyone else.
By the way, Grizz, before we move on to Mason, but the people can wait for Mason. Did you catch episode 2 of that summertime rendering show this week?
I thought we weren't going to go over it, so I saved it since I was jamming some movies through.
Oh, that's perfectly fair. Just thought I'd ask. Mason,
All right, cool. Because I need to get on that.
how are you doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
I'm doing pretty great. I was glad to get done with our visuals for this episode, and I was pretty satisfied with them.
They were very good indeed. Everyone listening to this will be looking at least one of them, so they'll be touching themselves. Did you see that Mike Zimmer went out on the radio and said that Kellen Mund is a giant creepazoid? Because that was hilarious.
Giant creep?
Oh yeah,
Glad.
I'll have to
Glad it's
send
not
that
on
to
my
you
list.
later. This isn't the
Please
sports
do.
podcast though, so I'll save it. But yeah, make sure you ask me about that again afterward. I'll send you the tweet. He basically
It can
said
be.
Kellen Mund kept asking him when he was the coach in Minnesota. He's like, Mund would come up to me every day and ask if he could come visit me at my ranch in Kentucky. I'd never once invited him to my ranch in Kentucky, but he kept asking. And then one year for Thanksgiving, he just showed up at my house and I wasn't even home, but he brought his whole family and they just sat in my yard and had Thanksgiving dinner. He goes, I watched the whole thing through my my doorbell camera.
That suddenly makes the entire season make sense of why we didn't play him at all. Zimmer was trying to keep as far away from him as possible.
Oh,
The dude's a serial killer.
how can
Hammer's the bad guy.
I mean, between the two of them, you would not suspect that Kirk Cousins would be the least creepy, like personally, of the Minnesota quarterbacks.
That
And
we're
yet,
aware of.
Kellen Mund is like an undercover serial killer or something. It's good
Texas
stuff.
A&M messes you up, man.
Well, as promised, heading into this week. Last week we did our top 10 anime of all time. This week we're going to focus on the shows, baby. It's top 10 anime movie. Or sorry, we're focusing on the movies. Top 10 anime movies of all time. And you know what? I started out last week. Let's go in reverse order. I don't know who we ended with each time last week. I think it was
The
Grizz.
Grizz.
Yeah, Kelly, what's your number 10?
It was. All right, so full disclosure, I'm scraping the barrel on this, so we're just gonna roll with it. So with number 10, I might catch flack for this. I might not. It's a solid movie. It took a little bit to understand, which I usually like movies that are kind of hard to understand. This one just kind of felt out there. I'm going with Spirited Away.
Woo!
It's a good movie. What?
I'm kind of mad that like you were like maybe I'll catch flack, maybe not. How? What
I
did we
love that
catch flack
movie.
for?
Well, because
Too low.
it's at the bottom. So
Okay,
it's pretty much what I was
okay,
thinking. I catch the flack for is like
Don't
of
worry.
me scraping the barrel. This is at the bottom of the barrel. But it's not a bad movie by any stretch. You know, I know it's a certified classic. I enjoyed watching it, but out of
This
everything I've watched,
is a
it's pretty much the
certified
bottom.
anime classic.
Yeah, we need to have some voiceovers for that. So
I'm trying to remember offhand the reverse order of what we did last week. I want to say Mason was second to last. Is that about right?
That was Christian. It
I
was
was wrong.
Christian.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
CBC.
All right. Well, I had a tough time making this list. I just recently thought about 2 more movies I've seen that I could have put on the list, but I'm glad I didn't because they don't deserve a top 10 list. But so for number 10, I put Weathering with You.
A classic.
It's,
A classic. Not really. It came out like 3
Absolutely.
years ago, but solid.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that movie, but it looks
It is
beautiful. So.
it's very visually beautiful. Yes, it's overall good. Nothing too special.
Did it
about
make you
but
cry?
a little bit of tears, but nothing too crazy. Nothing over the top. You know how it goes.
How aroused were you watching the film?
Okay, dude,
Aroused,
that's
like,
not a good person.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what it sounds like, CBC. I judge every movie I've ever seen based on that criteria and that criteria alone.
This girl, there's this one scene where they're in a hotel room, they're
Uh-huh.
sleeping, and he woke up and the bed was wet.
That does sound good.
That's
Well,
Pete.
we'll go ahead and leave it right with that. CBC has a fetish for wet beds, confirmed. Omar, what did you have at number 10?
I think you skipped over Mason. But,
Oh, that.
or else.
It's
I think
you,
I'll go.
Omar.
Yeah, I think Mason
Okay,
actually
I'll-
went second, like right after me last time, so he'll go second to last this time.
Maybe I'm the one tweaking. Just like, you're at my number 10. It's the Pokemon movie, the first one, with Mewtwo.
Oh, respect.
Yeah.
Mad respect for that one.
Mewtwo Strikes Back also.
I was shocked. I'm shocked to hear that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I
one?
respect
Mewtwo, the first one? It's a
Please
classic.
send me through the ultimate nostalgia trip, Omar, and go into detail about the glories of this film.
You can say spoilers.
Uh,
It's been over 20 years since it's been out.
I cried when I was turned into stone, and it changed my
Pikachu
life.
started
really.
crying. Oh no.
Do you remember when I think the 2 Pikachu films were
They're
fighting each other?
fighting,
That
they're
part was so
swinging back and forth to each
it's
other.
powerful.
Oh, actually, it was just the evil Pikachu was hitting Pikachu. Pikachu was refusing.
That part was so funny. But
Emotional.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure my
The best
cousin
thing, that's my favorite part.
had that on VHS, and we would watch it literally every time I went to their house.
No,
It's
it's a
good,
classic,
very
dude.
good.
Beautiful.
Right there
Yeah,
with
no.
he had the very first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. We'd watch both.
Nice.
Does anybody remember Mewtwo's speech at the end? He was like, "It's not okay to be racist," something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
He
that's
didn't say
exactly
that.
what he
I don't
said,
like that
but
word.
it was
He did say
something
that.
like that kind of. It was more
I don't
about
remember
not
the
judging
full quote.
people, but
Yeah,
hmm
that's the message I got. Okay, let me be Chris.
all right.
It changed me as a person.
It's a shame
Changed you
too,
as a
because up
person.
until that, we had a real battle going on for the greatest racist anime villain of all time. Was it going to be Cell or or
That's
not
Frieza,
Cell?
dude.
Was it
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Frieza
it's
or
totally
Mewtwo?
Frieza.
Yeah,
Cell
Frieza
is
or
mega
Mewtwo.
racist.
It's Frieza. This dude throws slurs
Second
around like it's
form?
nothing.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Cell's second form? I'm just saying. Dude,
You
it's
two just wanted to prove superiority. Frieza is just hateful, so it's totally him.
Frieza was kind of first to the
Cell's second
neck
form.
piece.
Those cheekbones were way too defined for him not to be secretly racist. Like, there's just no way.
Okay.
All right, well, Mason, we'll transition nicely right into your number 10 from that. Speaking of racism, Mason, what do you got at 10?
Speaking of racism, first off, my honorable mentions are my one mention is your name. Speaking of,
Oh my
You have that
gosh.
number 10?
Damn, I thought I was gonna catch flack. I think he took it all off me.
I should rape you to death.
Can't say that.
I have it down there. It was tough. A lot of my top 10 are well, not a lot of them, but some of them are pretty out of left field, but ones that I enjoy. Putting your name here sucked, but it had to be done. But number 10 for me was a Howl's Moving Castle.
All right, well then, spoiler alert, so that we could just knock these out at the same time, I guess, Mason. But that's my number 10 as well.
Oh, see, look at that. See, I made up for it. Right away.
We can dual whammy this sucker. Howl's Moving Castle, one of the great British set anime of all time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Point to
still
point
wild to this day.
I'm feeding trash to my fire. My favorite. That's probably my favorite scene even to this day. I enjoyed that a ton as a little youngin.
Now, did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
Dubbed.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
With all
that's how
where they actually got a bunch of British voice actors to do the whole thing because it was set in like a Victorian fantasy world. So the English dub director just said, you know what? Clearly they must be British, right? Like no
I
other
always
choice here.
love and hate that at the same time because some people can't do accents very well.
They should have
Yeah,
made the
try watching
Japanese
the,
voice actors try to do a British accent. Now then I would have
How would
watched
that
the
even
sub.
work?
Then
But yeah,
Howl's Moving Castle. It's an absolute classic, ladies and gentlemen.
a true Studio Ghibli wonder. One of many.
Well, I guess we're right back to Grizz then. Well, actually, I guess I had some honorable mentions too. I decided that I wasn't going to put anything from a TV series on here. So shout out to the TV series movies that I didn't put on just so that I could fit 10 original films onto my list. But they would have made it otherwise. Demon Slayer Mugen Train was great. The second My Hero Academia movie was great. Hey, you know what? Omar reminded me earlier. The Pokemon movie was great. Some great films out there. None of them made my list, though, on just pure principle. I just decided I couldn't do it. They were all good, though. Grizz?
You have mediocre principles.
All right, so to perfectly segue from that, firstly, I'm gonna start with because I used the Code Geass series, like for like the Akito the Exiled, I made sure not to put that on this list. But to piggy backwards back on what you're saying about the series thing, yeah, I broke that rule like a lot. So this first one is gonna be actually the only Dragon Ball Z movie I have on my list. I have the original Legendary Super Saiyan because the new one is not on my list and it never will be. But the original, like, just has a lot of nostalgia because it was a cool movie. It pretty much made everyone at the age of, like, whenever you were between 6 and 12, everyone was, like, Broly was, like, their favorite non, like, canon character. And just the story was cool. And just the story was, you know, like I said, it was cool, but it was also terrible, too. Like, there's nothing to it besides the fact that he's just screaming, but it was sick.
Exactly.
Are you telling?
It's much better than them trying to tell a story later on and it becoming completely hollow, like they did with Super.
That's your only Dragon Ball mention on that list?
It's my only Dragon Ball mention.
What about that second Cooler movie?
Yes!
I have that could be an honorable mention, but it's not better than
Dude,
anything
he
else. Like,
ate a planet.
It was pretty sick. Like, I actually like the original Cooler one too. Those can both be honorable mentions. But I mean, Turles was pretty cool too.
Here's-
But I mean, pretty much the
Oh,
rest
yeah,
of the
it was
Dragon
good.
Ball Z catalog were like, honorable mentions, except for like the Android 13 movie. That movie's ass.
Your
But
ass. That movie was funny.
what?
here's
That movie was funny, dude. They had a redneck android.
Hey,
How's
Omar,
that
here's
not
my-
cool?
Pretty much did.
Here's my hot Dragon Ball Z take of the day, Omar. But I always thought as a
Okay, go
kid
ahead.
that Cooler was better than Frieza.
Oh, I don't care about that. I
In
think
what
it's
way?
nice.
Yeah, I think you
in
can
what
take
way?
that back.
Elaborate for me.
Yeah, for real.
Do what?
In
There's
what
nothing
way
too
was Cooler
Cooler.
better?
No, I just thought he like
That's
better like in my brain. Like I liked him more.
Aaron hates short people.
He's like, it's in the name, dude. It's cool.
Frieza's a much better written character, though. I don't get it.
Yeah, but remember
one
that
is
I was
literally called
5,
I think.
and I thought Cooler
I think he
literally
liked the
looked
design.
cooler. I thought he looked.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I went entirely based on the design of the character.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's
damn,
fine.
Cooler. Especially in the second movie, I'm like, damn, Cooler's made out of metal. That's rad. I like that
Aaron's-
dude.
Aaron's
That's definitely funny.
ranking
It was
of
cool.
Frieza
I
people
don't know.
is like Cooler, King Cold, and then Frieza.
Like the best one.
He's just disrespectful at that point because King Cole got like 3 minutes of
I
screen
love
time.
King Cold. His base form was like the best Frieza form, and then Trunks just bitches him. That made me so angry.
Honestly,
I think Cooler
yeah.
had-
Looking back, I was always mad that they kind of forewent getting like a an Android Frieza arc just to throw him away and just move on to the androids. Because I kind of wanted a second Frieza fight, but that's
talking
way
about
in the
the-
past.
This
If we're talking
this
about the
poor
Frieza family
father-
transformations, I
this
think
poor
Cooler had
father
the
had
coolest
to-
one.
He had to ride for like a couple of light years with like half his son's corpse.
That is true. Just
And
on
then
his ship,
gets
just
there.
lying there.
And then a lavender-haired boy walks up and just cuts him in half.
Also,
Who's that?
can we
Ego?
talk about how Cooler's fifth transformation is actually a transformation and being golden isn't? I'm
I
gonna
mean,
keep
like,
the
it's
super
a-
hate going.
I mean, like it's a step up from like Frieza's like from that one form where he just went from ultimate
No,
form to
I like
buffer
steroid
ultimate
Frieza.
form.
Leave steroid Frieza alone.
That's cool. That's cool. Frieza.
He just started like flexing more in that one form,
Yeah, and it was badass. It's much better than turning gold.
and
It's
then
bad.
he
I'm pretty sure
immediately
that was,
got owned.
That was like
Yeah,
an anime.
because Akira Toriyama's running out of time. Is I guess this has to end soon. It's been 40 episodes.
No, I think that was an anime only thing. Actually, Killy. I
Oh,
think he
well.
turned into
Keely?
the steroid. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, that's his name.
Well, someone
Kelly.
was running out of time. Whether it's like Toei Animation or somebody was running out of time, so they just had to.
We're
nerf
running
it.
out of time.
Pretty much. Let's move on.
All right. Well, CBC, what do you got at 9?
Speaking of, old time movies, I put Digimon the movie, the one from like I think it was 2000.
Yes! Yes!
It was not the Japanese release ones, they released them 3 separate, but then this one they put them all together, made it one whole movie. It was
You mean that?
beautiful.
You mean that movie that at the start it has that one scene where like Agumon he's like I can't say he acts like completely emotionless for like that first part,
I think so, yeah.
and then they have a big old epic like city battle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
They have that one song. What is that one song at the end? It's
It was
Can't
some
think of it right now.
weird it was some weird music choices.
didn't really just real different for a anime movie, but it was nice either way. I liked it. I loved it. Good
We're getting
stuff,
some
good stuff.
throwbacks today. I love it.
I
Omar,
had to, man.
what do you got at 9? And is it if it's modern, we all get to boo you because we're all feeling
It
the
is
nostalgia
modern.
train right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it would be funny if you booed this movie though. It's My Hero Academia Heroes Rising.
Nice.
You're gonna move that?
I'm
You're gonna
booing.
move that?
Damn
I'm
you,
gonna respect
Omar.
it.
You know my weakness.
Yeah, you're gonna like number 5 too later on. You'll see.
Oh, Omar's teasing us of whatever his number 5 is easily the best thing that has happened since I have sat down in this chair.
I hope it's not a letdown. It's kind of predictable. But you'll see.
I don't know, the hype is there now, so it needs to deliver.
Well, you guys have to like act surprised, okay? Because we're gonna lose viewership if it sucks.
My chest hair is rubbing together in anticipation. I just can't handle this.
You guys have to throw a chair like once I reveal it. You know, that's how we get views.
Now, Heroes Rising was the second one, right? Where they fought 9?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was
the
badass.
animation. It like turns Super Saiyan at the end. So, but that's why I liked it. I was like, yes.
That
this
that
is what
entire
shonen is.
final battle was just a giant Dragon Ball Z ripoff, but it like genuinely I did not care. It was too excellent
It was
to care.
badass. Yeah, that's what shonen should be. I don't care. It should be just badass fights. That's basically it. Animation, good fights. That's what makes a good movie in the
Fun fact
shonen industry.
to our viewers at home, but that's actually the very first bit of anime that Kelly got into. I dragged him to that movie with me because I had a spare I had a spare ticket and Kyler couldn't go, and he was the one that watched anime at the time. And I'm like, hey Kelly, you want to come to this movie? And he came to this movie for My Hero Academia, set after I think 3 or 4 seasons of the show have already aired. He comes to the movie, watches the movie, and then like 2 weeks later, he's like, yeah, I went ahead and I binged the whole series. I'm caught up now.
It changed that, man.
He ruined my life.
It's true. It's my sole goal is to do that to everybody I meet. Mason, what do you got at 9?
Nine was a special spot for me because this movie isn't on here for being necessarily good, but because it was one of my favorites as a kid, and also it is so batshit stupid. I think it was I forget the exact order. It was the third Pokemon movie, the one.
Oh, the
Entei?
Entei one?
Yeah, like the one with that lion Pokemon. I forget his name.
Oh, it was great. That was
Motherfucking cat.
the unknown.
Yeah, I mean, the entire plot is these Egyptian letter things
The
killed my
unknown.
dad. He's now a lion.
Yeah.
Entei's my dad.
Fucking
My
stupid.
dad's
I like
the
that
legendary
movie.
Pokemon.
Oh, I owned that movie.
We have
It
to have
was
like
so
simplified
stupid.
synopsises
Great.
for it. That's
The
like
first
the best
5
part.
minutes are them having a picnic,
Yes.
and
Oh.
it correlates to nothing.
I want to say that
Because you have to set the setting, like
I want to say if you bought the VHS for it, it came with like a short that aired right
It did,
beforehand.
Choose adventure or whatever. Vacation,
is that the
whatever.
Pichu one or is it the second one?
No, Pichu was later, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I thought it was either second or third.
No, this one was about Squirtle, I want to say.
Maybe
What?
Pichu was second. I don't know.
I remember
Huh.
the very first Pokemon movie with Mewtwo. We talked about that earlier. Had a short with
I
it
thought
about
this is the one with like where they're trying to find Togepi and it's like there's an Elekid in it and other
First
shit.
one was
Maybe
Pikachu,
I'm wrong.
versus a Raichu there.
The first one's Pikachu's Vacation. Second one is I don't know.
Either way,
Either way,
the shorts were always
we're doing
fun
the real
too.
movie.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Added to it.
classic. So after all of this nostalgia, I go the same direction as Omar and I ruin it with a modern movie. But I think it was a Netflix original. So, prepare the booing trousers now. You better dust them off, get them put on, get yourself ready.
Ooh.
But did anyone here see A Whisker Away on Netflix?
A whisker away.
Yes. The one where the girl turns into a cat.
No.
I would never stoop so low.
I put it at 9 because it was actually really golden.
Whoa.
A whisker. I have to find this.
You
Go
have
on,
to,
talk
and then you have to watch it, and then you have to come back
Yeah,
here and
cat.
apologize to me, as it's now like in your top 5 because it's a glorious film. It's adorable.
I'm sorry, Aaron. It has a solid 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. That's all I gotta know.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey! Rotten Tomatoes got my back. Great
But
film,
so
though.
why? Why is it here, Aaron?
Oh, well, it's because it's a beautiful little young love story, coming of age tale.
Depression and not
Girl
loving
gets
yourself to be
turned into a
loved.
cat, falls in love with another cat that it turns out was a little boy who gets turned into a cat. It's beautiful stuff.
Oh, lovely.
Well,
Yeah, they got to figure out how to unturn themselves into cats. And it turns into a whimsical little Ghibli-esque adventure.
Did you
You'd
know
love to see
that cats have like barbs on their penis?
You might be thinking of ducks.
No, like cats have like
cats-
barbs
that's
on their
why they
penis.
scream.
Hmm.
Yeah, like that's why they scream.
I see. They scream when what happens, Mason? What are you doing to your cat?
What's going on?
Every week we just venture into new territory. Now we're at this.
Hey!
Every
I
week,
didn't
Mason
bring
appears
up
to
a
be
Whisker
venturing
Away.
into new territory.
I didn't bring up Whisker Away. Some people did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure cat molestation is worse than having watched Whisker Away. All right, Mason, let's not throw the finger around.
IMDb disagrees with you. As do I.
Gosh.
Mason is pro cat molestation confirmed. We learn so many new things about everyone in this. Every
I would
week.
die on any hill as
Oh my
long
gosh,
as
please.
I can yell at Aaron on his.
Taking himself deeper into it.
This is that would you have shower sex with your stepsister thing all over again.
Gosh.
Mason refused to make it any better on himself the whole time, and we're still confused as to why that was.
And Seth just refuses to shut the fuck up.
Well, to be fair, not only was that his sole victory of all time, it was such a monumental victory, you can't help but feel like, yeah, I understand why he clings to that one.
All that, Aaron, just for a Whisker Away.
Yeah. A Whisker Away.
Yeah.
Truly the talking point of this list, evidently.
Yeah, let's whisk that away and move on.
We're going to
move on.
bump down to
Oh.
8. Kelly, what do you got at 8?
That
And why
being
is it a
me,
Whisker
all right.
Away?
You would be incorrect, but I'm going to kind of piggyback to a little bit what we've hit on in two different ways. Now I'm doing the real Pokemon movie, Pokemon movie 2000, which is
Oh,
much
Lugia.
better. Yeah,
I
the
don't know
Lugia
about
one.
that one.
Better than
you really do
Entei,
like
because
it.
the plot
Oh, yeah, it's
actually made
better than
sense
Entei.
this time.
It's
So-
better than Entei.
It's another nostalgia classic for me. I actually saw this one in theaters being like stupid young. I don't remember actually seeing it, but I know I went there because I remember I got like the card that came with it. And
That was the one where like Ash had to go on like 3 different mountains and like
yeah,
Slowking.
you had to collect the
Yeah.
orb for each of the legendary birds. Like,
Yes!
awesome. You know, one of the coolest anime movies I had as a kid. I had it on DVD. I watched it all the time. You know, can't say enough good things about this one. With surprisingly, the fact it's number 8.
Great movie.
But yeah, fantastic movie. This is, you know, kind of towards the end of me being like super into Pokemon. Like I was still into it like for years after this, but like this was probably the height of it. Like when this movie came out, because it was just awesome. I mean, the only sucky thing is nobody likes Tracy, and he's in the movie. People wish it was Brock instead. I'm sure because Tracy's terrible. What? Tracy's terrible.
Tracy's okay.
He's not Brock. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
he's
but
not
he's
Brock.
Not bad. He's not bad.
I needed more
Not
Lazy
Brock.
Boy No Chew Stew, but I didn't get it. So, that's what I got.
All right.
Wonderful. How about you, CBC? What do you got at 8?
For 8, listen, I can't keep going back, you know, to these older movies, so I gotta. For 8, I put the Sword Art Online movie, Ordinal Scale.
Yes!
Hold
Before
on.
anyone else says anything,
Hold on.
100% Rotten Tomatoes. Go ahead.
You guys couldn't hear it? Oh, I tried to play a booing noise, but it didn't work.
100%
So move on.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Ordinal Scale.
100%.
100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Ordinal
Just
Scale
one.
was the best thing Sword Art Online ever put out.
It was a
Oh,
fantastic
goody!
movie.
This hunk of garbage let out let
I
out
agree
one
with that, but
coin
it was
just
Hey,
for
It
you
was
you.
a
dig through the
fantastic
dumpster deep enough, eventually you find a lump of gold in there, all right?
And then you go home smelling like trash.
Remember the day I watched it? It was like I was up all night, you know. It was like 4 a.m. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna watch this movie. Why not?" And it happened to be just a fantastic movie. Oh my gosh.
That final fight
It,
scene, the music absolutely bangs.
hmm hmm It's beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Thank you,
All right,
CBC. I am so glad you included that on your list. I
of
appreciate you
course.
now. I respect you more as a
What
human
the heck?
being.
Oh, okay.
Only now.
Only
I
now.
mean,
Speaking of
It's
human
okay.
beings that I respect, Omar, we're back to you again, you beautiful person,
all
you.
right.
What do you got at 8?
Numero ocho for me would be Dragon Ball Fusion Reborn. That movie was
Oh,
just
Shit, I forgot about that one.
introduced Gogeta. And it
Enter
was just
Number
fun.
is fucking sick too. Like that's a good choice.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like this is like the timeline where like Goku and Vegeta were like fucking dead, and Gohan was like the true hero. So it's kind of cool. It's like a different timeline.
I
I don't
want
know
like
if you
more
noticed that,
scenes
but
from Hell. I want more stuff done with that.
I
yeah.
agree. Like that was a very cool movie for it kind of like branching off from like the main timeline. Like that's a deep cut right there. I totally forgot about this.
I also would think was cool is like when the movie has like when Goku was on Super Saiyan 3, he was like shaking the world or some shit. And then Goten and Trunks were like, "Oh, that's my dad." It's a little cool and effect. And he also fought Hitler. Goten and Trunks fought Hitler. I don't. They fought
they had,
racism, guys.
they had
Give
Pippon
this
there
movie its
too, or
credit.
whatever.
Oh
Throwback
my
too.
god. Yeah, Janemba's an awesome villain, and the animation was peak '90s. It was just like you know how '90s has like kind of like those dark colors, and today's like Dragon Ball's all like kind of more colorful. It's a
Yeah,
little different.
I
It has
feel
that
you.
'90s.
He had one of the coolest character designs too. Like not of course the first Blob form, but that second form. Where you're like, dude, I kind of wish he would have replaced Majin Buu as like the final villain, but
I
I
think it
like
kind of
Boo.
adds to it that he's that big blob first.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, he just got serious. What the
And
hell is this?
Janemba was basically like every villain into one, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically it.
Wondrous
Okay.
stuff. Mason, what do you got at 8? And is it also Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale?
Thank
It's One Piece
God
the movie.
no.
Come on, man.
But for 8, I have the first of my 2 One Piece movies on here.
Told you.
2 of them?
What do you mean told? What do you mean told you? What do you mean? What are you trying to
No,
say?
I said I knew
Elaborate.
you were gonna pick One Piece. I said I knew you were gonna choose One Piece
Which
because
one
we're
is
really
it?
good
Come on.
friends like that.
I have 2 on here. I picked one pre-time skip one and then one post-time skip one just because there's so many of them. But for number 8, I got One Piece Strong World, and this was my favorite for a long time. On my favorite One Piece movie until the one later on because it had a canon character in it. It had a character that like you actually heard about, and they expand upon it. Of course, it's not canon, so like it doesn't matter by the end of the day. But it just expanded upon a character and made him just even cooler. Also kind of dumber, but that's just how the One Piece train rolls.
Is
Of
Mason
of
confirming
of
that One Piece makes you a little bit dumber? Was that part of that sentence?
I think so.
I mean, like if you read every other word and can't spell, yes, that's what I said.
All right. Mason says that One Piece will make sure that you can't spell and read every other word. This is
You're
confirmed
gonna
now.
get angry One Piece fans on you.
You're a big meanie.
You're gonna make the One Piece fandom mad, Mason. They're intelligent people.
They stay mad. They stay mad every day.
Alright.
One Piece fans roll out of bed already predetermined that they're just going to bitch about something. Oh, just the worst. Well, at number 8, I had a Ghibli classic. I actually got this for Christmas from my wife, of all things, but I really enjoyed it. That would be A Castle in the Sky. Great film. Wonderful little adventure film. Every now and then, I'm just in the mood for a beautifully animated, fun little adventure flick. You know what I mean?
Kinda. A little bit. Tell us about it for those who don't who haven't watched like an older movie like that.
Okay, well, first of all, the fight scene that takes place between the dad of the boy who helps out the main character and one of the members of that the criminal gang. I forget the name of the gang. Do you happen to remember, Mason? You've seen all the Ghibli films.
Oh no! It's been out of all the movies, I've probably seen that one the least amount of time.
Oh, dang it. The gang where it's the mom is the leader and all of her gang members are her sons. One of her sons challenges the very burly dad to a fight, and the entire fight ends up just being them ripping their clothes off and seeing who can flex the hardest. And it's one of the greatest scenes ever animated to film. I've never, and especially considering that the dad had such a stupendous mustache, it really spoke to me on a deep level. I loved it.
Spoke to Kid Aaron.
I went, ooh. We're just having
That's me, mama.
But yeah, it had some wonderfully dorky humor moments. Good little adventure flick. Castle in the Sky, highly recommend. I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. Something like that. Wonderful little film.
Earned.
Kelly, we're going back to you again to kick us off with the number 7s. What do you got at 7?
So it's a relatively new one for not only I saw it and it came out not too long ago. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm scraping the barrel here, guys. It's Naruto the Last because I watched that to finish Shippuden when I finished it. Good movie. The music was really good. The story pretty much summed up, like kind of tying up all the loose ends for the show. Not much else to say about it. It's fun to watch if you like the show. And that's pretty much my short summary for that.
Mason, in case you're not following this though, he has the Naruto Shippuden movie ranked ahead of Spirited Away.
I do.
Go.
I always will.
This man can't go 1 week. He can't go 1 week without spitting in one of my eye sockets.
I put One Piece at 4. Okay,
You put half of Naruto above it.
But I was the only person besides you to put it on the list. Like, give me a little bit of slack.
We haven't seen it. We could have put it on the list. Come on.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
It's on my watch list.
But I know Senior Pink is peak fiction. All right, bud. I know.
See, CBC in that one sentence gave me more respect than you did.
Ouch.
You put half of a half above One Piece.
Because the first half was really good. It was really captivating shit. And One Piece is too, but like where I'm at in the show kind of, because I was super into it for a minute, and then I kind of got to like the pre-arc, and I'm kind of struggling to get through it, which is still good, but like I have a feeling the farther I get, it'll probably end up swapping. But just for now is where it's at.
I cannot wait
goody.
to watch One Piece so that I can go onto my Mal account and give it 1 point less than whatever I have asterisk war rated.
See, he's just a hater. You can get him for that.
I want to see. I want to see if
Mr.
Mason.
Not hater, half of a half.
I want to see if Mason can somehow just sense what I've done without me having to tell him, and he just collapses like in his own room. His parents get worried. They're like, "Oh my God, his heart stopped beating. What the hell?" And it'll be my fault. I will have done it. And
I mean, like after last episode, Grizz almost made me hate the Pain arc, and Pain arc is like peak fiction, but he almost made me hate it because he put that above One Piece. That one section, that one sliver of gold in the hell that is Shippuden.
I mean, but that one section's been better than everything I've seen in One Piece thus far. I mean, it's been good. Like, I loved Alabasta. Alabasta was great. It's like having like A+ versus like A plus
You
plus.
look
Like it's
at
literally.
that animation of Pain fighting Naruto when he snapped and like is that really bad animation of him going, "My pain is greater than yours," and then he's awful looking.
That was top 10. That
You
was top
look
10.
at that and you tell me what you're saying stands true.
That
That
was
was
top
one of the
10,
worst
dude.
things I've ever looked at. My pain is greater than yours, and like he looks like a sloth. Everyone knows what I'm referring to, and it's the worst thing ever. God, Kelly.
You know what, CBC?
But
Before
great.
Mason,
You know what?
before Mason kills Kelly and then himself, do you have a number 7?
I actually do, in fact, have a number 7. I thought this one through, took me a good 10 seconds to put it where it is right now, But I put number 7. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Nice.
Um,
I never
Aaron
watched
loves that movie.
it's a beautiful movie. It's a real shocker. It gives you in the movie. It really throws you around. It gives you
Oh yeah.
brings out a girl. With pancreatic cancer. It's like, oh gosh, dude, this is. She gets to live some life. And she's on a timer and stuff. It's nice though. It's a good movie overall.
Absolute roller coaster.
It really leaves you wondering like all kinds of emotions, man.
Like, I wonder what her pancreas would taste like with pepper.
I wonder when the last day she wakes up is, buddy. All right.
You didn't-
Aaron made that entire tragic film just he just took it and just spit on it.
To be fair, I haven't actually seen the thing, so
Either.
it might be as terrific as everyone says it is.
We
And
have
one
asked
day,
you to watch it like
Go ahead, watch it.
2019.
Watch it. Watch it, Omar. Also.
I'll watch it. Me.
Maybe teehee.
you know what? While we're swinging over to Omar, while you're replying to that, can you also go ahead and give us your number 7?
Oh, wow, actually, to get to my number 7. It is Steins Gate the movie. I'm gonna be honest. I picked this because I just wanted more Steins Gate.
That
That
is
was
both
my
fair
reason.
and reasonable.
It gave us more, gave us more Steins Gate. More thing we
That
wanted.
movie, low the region of deja vu.
This is a great movie, actually. As Omar
It
said,
was.
gave us more Steins Gate. And what more could you possibly want from a movie?
It was Caruso too. You had more Caruso this time. It was like she was like the star of the movie. So
Movie is
Basically,
non-canon.
It's not real.
all right, it's Mason's turn.
All right,
Tell us your
Mason.
other One Piece movie.
What do you got at
Is it
7?
One Piece?
Please be Naruto.
Seven. I have not seen any of the Naruto movies, and I'm keeping it that way for the rest of my
Really?
life.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie.
Oh, you're right.
Let us know.
Actually, I saw that one where he goes to jail for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, my next entry. This is one of the curveballs. I'm not sure if any of y'all have seen this one, but I think you should. It's called Red Line.
Red Line.
Red Line. It's nothing complex, but it's just a pure adrenaline-filled racing anime.
Is it Red Line or Red Light?
Red Line.
Red Light. It's a really shitty racing anime.
Really?
No one does a whole lot of moving.
Maybe they could blow through the red lights, That's gonna happen too.
Yeah, it has
Hardcore
like an
balls to the wall street racing where we obey all the safety traffic laws.
Did you like Boy Boy?
The red light's a symbolism that they need to stop their racing ways. That's what it means.
She has hearts on her cheek. Wow. Looks
But yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, Red Line's really good. I think it has like 8.7 on Mal, and that's earned. I don't hear it talked about very much, but people who
7
know
point-
it
8.3,
are
sorry.
really good. 8.3. All right, yeah, that's still good.
That's decent.
Gotta bump it up. Give
It's
more
70%
hype.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's lower than Ordinal
Like-
Scale had.
Like I said, flawed system.
That's just,
For my number 7, I've gone back to the Ghibli well yet again because like how can I not? But The Boy
is that
and the
only movie
Beast,
on your list?
which by
Yes.
the way, Mason, I was unaware of this, but you know by technicality, it counts as an isekai. It qualifies.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. You can call it your favorite isekai movie of all time.
Oh, what an honor! Give it a plaque.
Oh, The Boy and the Beast is an absolute classic. Also an isekai, apparently. Yeah, great little coming of age story. It's one of the great master student training arc movies since The Karate Kid. Like it's genuinely a splendid viewing experience.
Karate Kid. That was a
With the
curveball.
Karate Kid.
I love that one. That was a curveball.
Jaden Smith Karate Kid or the older one?
Oh no, I'm talking the older one.
What's wrong with Jaden Smith?
Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, for real. We all gotta hear it.
Put
Because
two and two together.
So funny. Why does this guy laugh?
Don't make us find Will, because he'll slap you too.
That's all right. I'll sleep with his wife. Anyhow, yeah, Boy and the
You
Beast,
can't say that, dude.
great
Boy
film,
and the Beast.
which I believe is also the title of Will Smith and his wife's sex tape, if I'm remembering correctly.
You're
One
gonna
of the
get sued,
Beast.
dude. You can't sue
He's
that.
definitely a beast.
Yeah.
Damn. Gosh.
He's so real.
Oh God. But yeah, as a general rule, if you just turn on any Ghibli film, that studio does not miss. So this whole list could have been filled up with that stuff, but thankfully there are also a lot of other great movies out there. So it isn't, but 2 in a row at this moment. Grizz, back up to you. We're going to number 6.
All right. It's a movie we've already talked about a little bit before, so I'm not going to take too much time. Going back to the Pokemon well, but going to the first time. Pokemon, the first movie. Of course, pretty much piggyback on everything that was said earlier. Mewtwo's speech was cool. The story's about,
racism.
yeah, he ended racism. So what more can you say about that? Like, it just was a fun movie. I also nostalgic about that when I was a kid. So
I like
breaking
the
all the
cloning
rules.
scene, they were cloning the Pokemon and everything.
Yep.
Like hijack all them. That was great.
And Team Rocket's like naming all the Pokemon incorrectly.
Great is great.
Team Rocket was goated
also-
back in the day, all right?
I asked this because I don't think this Pokemon movie would be on any of our lists, but what is your opinion on the fourth one?
Which one is that one? Remind me.
That's one with that little
Darkrai?
green Pokemon.
Celebi? Oh, that one's okay.
And then at
Forever.
the end she looks like a little bee like raisin.
Yeah.
As
Like
she's
that movie.
just dying.
That one's okay.
I feel like they fell
Yeah.
off after the third one, but
I
still like
They fell off after the second one. What you saying?
Excuse you, Lion Dad. Lion Dad, Egyptian
It
letters.
was thing, yeah, but I still liked it.
The third movie is pretty much somebody's whole trip. Like, I thought Entei was my dad. Like, bro.
Entei's
He
your
can
dad.
talk.
He could talk. That was
A
true.
movie does not have to be well written to be entertaining. All right?
Yeah, he knows he has to fight me forever on that. But
And that movie is called Deoxys.
That movie is entertaining for the exact same reason that we can tune into Asterisk War on a weekly basis in Weebchat and find it
Because of
entertaining.
Deoxys?
Where you're just going, you know what? I don't care if this was written by a third grader that was given drugs for some reason. I'm just having a good time. That's what I'm here for.
In the opposite, there's an entire subplot where like Munchlax is trying to get food.
Trying
I
to show
love
off
that
he's
movie.
hungry.
I mean, like and like he's poor. He can't afford it.
Munchlax is all of us, man.
Poor guy.
Yeah, who's next, Christian?
Christian,
I
number
also had-
6.
I also had Pokemon movie. Mewtwo Strikes Back.
What? Nice.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's
loves
crazy.
them.
Pokemon
It's-
won a
It's
dominant
great.
movie.
It's a lot of people's first introduction to anime, so.
It is the #1 box office in the United States for a reason.
Last time I said that the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was better than the Pokemon anime, but the Pokemon movies are way better than any Yu-Gi-Oh movies.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
The
Oh, yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh
movies kinda
movies were
jumped the
always
shark.
balls.
They had that one movie, like they had promotional cards or whatever for it. That was okay, but that was about it. After
So
that,
I take it you don't have any Yu-Gi-Oh movies anywhere on your list then.
Sadly, no.
Shame. How about you, Omar? You have the Yu-Gi-Oh movie at number 6, the one where they got to fight in that big old pyramid.
No, actually, I
I don't
have
like-
Konosuba, the movie, number 6. It made me laugh. That's my reason. I put it at number 6.
I like that movie.
Konosuba.
It's a good movie.
It made me laugh. It made me cry.
I liked it
That's
more
laughter.
than the show, actually.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I actually kind of dug that final fight scene too. Konosuba is not generally supposed to be an epic type of show. It's clearly just a comedy. And yet just because they could, they decided to add a truly excellent epic final battle to the movie.
They truly
That shit was
spoiled.
raw as fuck. But Konosuba's always had like good animation. You know the hand animation he always does. Konosuba.
Well, good
Maybe just a
animation,
little
yeah.
hand.
I'm saying they don't really focus on fight scenes all that much. And yet,
But they
there
do
they
it.
went. Like, you know what?
Mm.
Just to prove that we can, because fuck everyone else, we're Konosuba. We're going to do
I
this
feel
better
like
than
they'll
you
do
guys,
it.
too.
If they get a new season, I think they'll do it.
We
They'll
are
have
getting a new
kick-ass
season.
fight. There we go. We're gonna get one. I hope.
Perfect. Mason, you got a 6?
I do. I do. And it is the first Ghibli movie that I ever watched. It is My Neighbor Totoro.
Ooh.
Or Totoro, something like that. It was my introduction into the world of Ghibli, and it's just the character designs for everything, just the world. It's a perfect show. A showcase for the best that Ghibli can offer.
Mhm.
Everything felt so whimsical. But I will say, as negative, that weird cat bus thing absolutely made me want to piss myself when I was 5. Cause it's like hollow and like it's a cat bus.
It made me want to piss your pants, too. I'm not going to lie.
I have enough piss, thank you. You can take your piss somewhere else.
I see
I
everyone
really
has like
wish I
Studio
could, but
Ghibli too.
What, Omar?
I said I see everyone has like Studio Ghibli films, but I have none of them. It's not
How
'cause
dare
I hate
you.
them.
I never
put
seen
one on
any of
right
them.
now. Cross something
No,
off and put a
no.
Ghibli film on.
I'm not
No.
because
Take
the reason
Broly.
He probably has Dragon Ball Super Broly at number 1,
I do.
so.
I do, but well, no, actually,
Rough, man.
It's not number 1. Don't worry.
I don't.
He's not that
I
crazy.
don't. I don't.
I am
I don't have it on my
hoping.
list, but I don't remember it. I don't remember like all of them because I watched Ponyo and I don't remember anything about that.
Was Ponyo the one with the fish?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mason, you recommended that movie to me, and now you've forgotten what it is. What a depressing
like-
time to be
'cause, like,
alive.
that- Because that movie is kind of up there with with Pokemon 3 for me, in that like it's just fucking weird, man. One minute she's a fish, next minute not a fish.
You know, one of the fish wives or fish girlfriend. I don't know.
It's a
Something like
child,
that.
Omar. No, stop.
I don't remember it, dude. I just told you that's why it's not on the list.
I forget the studio name. Made my number 6, but I do know that this film is their logo now. And that is A Girl That Leapt Through Time, which is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the studio now, though, but this movie was such a hit, they literally just made the girl jumping into their new logo.
Omar, did you ever give her your 6?
Yeah, on the super.
Yeah, he just gave it to us.
Okay. All right. I'm tripping. That's my fault.
We'll forgive you this
Start
time
talking
because
about
we love you.
Studio Ghibli, so I went back to Masons,
Aaron,
Yeah.
Aaron, the studio you're thinking of is Madhouse.
That's it.
You have
They
Madhouse.
do My Hero, don't they? They do My Hero.
Do they do My Hero?
I don't
Where's it
know,
from?
but they do A Girl That Left Through Time, and it was a banger.
They did the first season of One Punch Man.
Nice.
That's not mine.
Hey, wait, Omar is my fellow time travel anime enthusiast. So if Omar can't be convinced to give The Girl That Leapt Through Time a try, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore.
Same people made Redline.
There you go.
Yeah. It was Madhouse. God, they're so good. Madhouse. They made Perfect Blue too. Goddamn, Madhouse, calm down.
That's really good.
Leave some pussy for the rest of us. Jeez.
Ponce loves Perfect Blue. It's his favorite movie.
Is it?
R. My gosh.
I can't watch it then. It's rated R.
They made Nana. What the hell is Nana?
It simply is.
I don't know. That's
But yeah, tell us about Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Aaron. Come on.
Well, it's a time travel anime. It's pretty simple too. The way she travels through time, she just has to jump off of something pretty tall. As soon as she jumps off of something tall, she gets randomly shot backwards in time, and she
Is there ever a fear that it won't work? And
Yeah,
she dies?
is that how the movie ends?
Do you ever think you can leap through time?
I did, and then I broke 18 bones. It was very unfortunate, but the movie is good. Then she starts to abuse the power a little bit. You get into some of that action. She's using it for such nonchalant little stuff, and then later finds out, there's a limit. She's been wasting her time travels. Oh boy. And then, she's got to be more selective with when she uses her final few time travels so that she can fix a few of the major problems she runs into. It's a great film. Everyone should give it a go. I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10. It's so beautiful in all ways. Madhouse made it their logo. Come on now.
Is she told her like her limit there, like a number wise, or is she just jumping and
You know what?
praying?
It has been about 2 years since I've seen it. I actually don't remember the exact scene where she realizes she has a limit. But
She just slowly starts growing like arthritis in her knees. It's like it's not. It's not a number or anything. She cannot jump.
All right, as we're moving along, Kelly, we're in the end game now, Kelly. We're into the final half, the top 5. What's your number 5?
Man, it's all right on me. So pretty much at this point, a lot of them that I have going forward is what's already been touched on. I have at number 5 My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising. I mean, for a lot of the stuff that Aaron stated previously, it was pretty much the movie that started all this madness for me. And, I did end up binging the show based off of like me going home saying like that movie was awesome, even though I literally watched a recap, like 10-minute video. I think it was like Watch Mojo or something, just to try to hopefully understand what was going on. And then it just kind of reminded me of all the reasons why I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z like in the past, and here I am now. So
Did that Watch Mojo? help you figure out
A
what's
little
going
bit. Like I figured out like why everybody was there. Like it gave me a bit of a synopsis. Like it's just like a classroom of superheroes, and I didn't need that because I would have walked in and been like, yeah, I did. It did tell me about the hair, yeah, which I was like, okay, but yeah, it did have that in there.
Perfect. That's all you needed to know. That and my brother who came with us, who decided early on that I think is his name Ayama, the guy who shoots the belly button laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Okay.
little brother says that's his favorite character. I don't know if he says this ironically or what, or if he just thinks he's funny. He says that's his favorite character. He loves belly button laser guy. And I think there's one scene in that film where Aoyama jumps up and like shoots his laser beam and it distracts Nine so that Nine can't kill Deku. Like he saved Deku for like a moment. My brother just starts tapping me on the shoulder and I look over and he's just giving me the most smug look on his face. It's like, yeah. Yeah, Aoyama did that. He's the MVP of this episode of this movie. Don't you worry.
The real MVP is actually Nine himself because he is voiced by the same guy who does Lelouch and Code Geass, so that was always fun to hear too. So,
all right. Well, I suppose we gotta move on then before we get back into the Code Geass nonsense here. CBC, what do you got at 5? Please, not the Code Geass
right.
movie.
Top 5. I'm into some peak fiction here, baby. All right, Violet Evergarden, the movie, the 2020 film.
Okay. I like it.
Visually stunning, just overall great. Just love everything about it. It's fantastic movie. I love Violet Evergarden, the show, and the other movie was, I don't know if the other movie is even a real movie. I forget if it was like a recap, but this movie was great.
Okay.
Excellent. I never actually saw it, so I have nothing to add. But I'm positive that you
Well, hey,
think all of those
give it a
things
try.
that you just said.
Go give it a try.
Perhaps I shall. I'll just skip the show. I'll go right to the movie.
No, watch the show. The show's very beautiful. So
I do know that I am told the animation is like ridiculously
phenomenal.
good. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Yes.
Omar, what cracks your top 5?
Been
What?
waiting.
One of the new goats.
Were those your ass cheeks just now?
Mine? No. No,
Yeah.
somebody else. But I guess they're waiting for this number 5 too. It's one of the new goats. Broke records. Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Let's go.
We finally got to his number 5.
Demon Slayer.
And it was
Waited all the time for that. Come on,
Omar literally had to clap some cheeks right before he could give us his number 5. We all heard it right through this broadcast here. And then he hits us with that. What an 8-second time window it was to be alive just now.
He had to insult my senses twice.
That was that you. Was that your cheeks? I'm sorry if I insulted you.
No, but for real, that definitely sounded like someone's ass cheeks a little while ago.
It probably was.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Kelly. Sorry.
Demon
Go ahead,
Slayer
go
movie. The epitome of the same things that I loved about that My Hero movie.
So are we
Kick-ass
at number
ending.
4? Oh, sorry.
5 at the moment.
Okay, just making sure. Well, I thought he was telling me to go next, but okay.
Skip.
No, we'll jump up to what?
We skip him.
Yeah, we can skip him. I'm sure it's some random isekai. So we've seen one, we've seen them all.
All right, Mason. What isekai you got at number 4 or number 5? Sorry. Now Kelly's got me
I thought you
messed
were
up.
next.
There is none at 4 or 5, but for me, 5 is a movie that probably shouldn't be this high up, but it is very near and dear to my heart, and it is the Trigun movie. Trigun. Anyone here ever watch Trigun?
No, not yet.
Really? Oh yeah, no. It's the show. It's older anime, and it's made about just a goof called Vash, and he's known as the humanoid typhoon, as this just this destroyer of anything in his path when he's mainly just a goofball. He's pretty harmless for the most part. And this movie was one of the first times I have sat in front of a TV as a child watching two Nami just really excited because I watched all of the shows. Like, oh, there's a movie of this character that I like. Excellent. And that's all it took as kid me, because I was dumb.
Sometimes it'd be that way.
I was 10 years old.
I was a lot older than that when I watched my number 5 here. But
You're old.
speaking of
The same year.
of CBC's movie and its beautiful animation, this movie is legitimately almost peak just animation quality. And those poor animators that I'm still convinced probably have incurable arthritis at this point. But at number 5, I have Weathering with You.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good animation.
They had
for
to
sure.
like draw every individual raindrop in that film, and some of them probably died. Like, I just got to be real with you, because it looks spectacular. And on top of that, the story's pretty good too.
They'd hate rain forever after that.
Did you like the bedroom turning into water scene?
Oh yeah, I love wet beds, CBC. You know that.
Of course, of course.
And obviously the interactions with not just between the Sunshine Girl and our main character, but I also really enjoyed the two side characters of the I forget what they actually did professionally. The girl was she was shopping around for jobs left and right. I know that. And then what did
His niece, and then the dude who's was he like a tabloid or something like that?
something like that? Yeah, like he had his own news. It was like a newspaper and a news website and this and that. And she was his only reporter, even though she was actively looking for other jobs the whole time. She was his niece. Good stuff.
Yes.
And then the
Nice.
cop with the world's worst hair. Yeah, great film. We discussed it earlier, but yeah, Weathering with You, number 5. Kelly, what do you got it for?
4, I was kind of hoping that we were there because I'm literally just gonna restate Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Pretty much for all the same reasons everyone else just said. Like, cool movie, the fights were awesome, the animation's like S tier. I honestly haven't seen season 2 yet. I need to put that on my list. But like, this is the last Demon Slayer anything I've seen, and it left a good impression. It's really good, but I'll have to follow up on it real soon.
Well, season 2, I will inform you, does have some really well animated fights in it. I'll just give you that spoiler right now. It's pretty solid. But yeah, that movie, Rengoku versus the 3rd ranked demon. That shit went hard. All right.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the fight with Michael Jackson. Hopefully that happens in season 2.
Oh no, the
won't
fight with Muzan, I'm just gonna let you know right now, is literally the end of the series. And it's
Okay.
probably if they literally adapted it chapter for chapter, like at the same pace as everything else, it might literally take an entire season to do that fight because it lasts forever. It was like, Omar, do you remember? It was like 60 or like 80 chapters or something ridiculous. Omar's dead.
But-
We lost Omar.
It's not gonna. No, I'm here.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I thought I got shot or something, and he just. But no, I think it's gonna be like until like season 6, until we get like Muzan or whatever. Maybe around there. It's gonna be long.
Well,
I don't
and
remember the chapters.
yeah, it was a ridiculous number of chapters for that final fight. But it's also like it's because it had so many side fights going on while it was happening, so you had to get full chapters of everything else going on. Oh,
Oh
it was
yeah,
one.
because
It's gonna be excellent though. I cannot wait to see what Ufotable can do with their budget to animate all that.
Just their endless pockets.
Oh, it's wonderful. I'm so glad that they always seem to get their hands on like the hype fight shows of the season. Because some of these shows, we make the joke, oh, Demon Slayer's only good because of the animation. Well, if it's only going to be good because of the animation, you might as well make the animation fucking stellar. So they know where their bread is buttered. And that movie was a representation of all of it. We'll move along to Christian here. CBC, what you got it for?
For number 4, I put oh gosh, put Kuroko no Basket, the last game, the movie that they had. It's the movie that ends the entire series. Gives you, after the series ended, they had this movie. Just give you a little something extra. It's just a fantastic movie. They had some antagonists coming over from America. The big bad guys, Americans, showed up.
Classic
Some
Japanimation.
street balls. Started stunning on these Japanese people. Called them monkeys too. At one point.
Jesus.
Is that the one where the black dude shows up and he makes the ball spin around like his entire body and then goes up after it was like in his shirt and he makes it pop out and he goes up for like the easiest layup ever? And it shows one of the characters while they're playing street ball and he's just literally stunned, frozen.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But man, I think the person who called them monkeys too is blonde hair boy too. Crazy. It makes you think. But overall, it's good. It's good.
At least they got the Americans accurate.
Mewtwo didn't die for that.
All right.
He didn't die.
Don't worry. He's not no Mewtwo. But I just love it because it's got some ankle snatching, these fucking people dropping on the ground like that, from some ankle breakers. It's got some posters, all everything you want in some basketball game. It's nice. It's
A
nice
little
to
bit of
see.
something for everybody. That's what you like to see.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff we like to see, Omar, I know you got a brilliant number 4 over there. Why don't you share it with the rest of us?
Just like Christian, it's also from a series, and it's also a movie that ends it. It's the end of Evangelion. This movie, this is a movie you had to watch if you finish the show, because the last 2 episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion were just like, is that really it? If you watched it, like, what the fuck? This is.
All right, let's just all be real here for a second, Omar. This movie is in your top 4 because of the hospital bed scene, isn't it?
No. Listen, there's more questionable things in here. Don't question that.
Save your question.
It's a top movie, but we'll get to that later. Okay, there's a lot of things going on in that movie, dude. Did you not see Misato trying to kiss Shinji before she dies? You don't want to question that?
Evangelion got away with a lot of wild shit, I will say that.
Exactly, you see? Shinji was just misunderstood, even though he was also fucked up. He's not a good character either. He had his sins. Okay? He had his sins.
Shinji, did you just masturbate on top of that unconscious girl in a coma in her literal hospital bed? Shut up, I misunderstood.
Yes.
I hate my dad.
You don't understand. My dad is so mean to me. I have to
He made me
masturbate
get
over her unconscious body.
He made me this way.
It's this world, man.
I think as he nutted, he probably screamed, "I have daddy issues!"
I wanted to make a joke, but also like spoils the damn ending, so I won't say it.
Mm.
I mean, like,
So,
you like just spoiled this movie, kinda of like the movie you're supposed to watch after you finish the show.
You're supposed to do that though.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna spoil the movie after the ending, just spoil the ending. Why not?
I'm just saying, Omar, I haven't seen it. You know what happened last time? You
Oh
spoiled
no!
something for me.
Exactly.
Mouth shut then.
I'm a good person. Alright. Moving on to Mason.
Mason, what do you got it for?
Moving on to me. Which number are we on again?
4.
For my number 4, we're going back to the good old Studio Madhouse with Wolf Children.
Ooh.
I saw trailers of that.
It's on my watch
This-
list. I gotta see that sometime.
It's really good. I mean, there's not an awful lot to say about it. It's all about this
Wolf
woman who falls in love with what's the Christian?
I was just asking if it was about wolf children.
Oh yes, exactly. This this
Stars.
woman falls in love with this guy. He's
A
actually
wolf.
a secret werewolf,
Oh,
and
I
then
would have
they
never
have
guessed.
kids, and like it's all about her trying to find a way to give them the best life that they can, because obviously, in a world of humans, they're abomination, but that's okay because they're wolf children.
that's
Okay.
okay.
There you
It's
go. That's
special.
okay. That makes it okay.
95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Exactly.
That's a little
System
bit
is
lower than
not
Ordinal
broken
Scale had, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not saying systems sometimes broke. It's,
This is my eternal ammo now. Nothing can possibly harm me again. Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm gonna make so many alt accounts on that website.
It's going to
Uh,
ruin it.
Just bombing. It's my life goal.
Well, my life goal is that all of you one day enjoy as much as I did my number 4 pick, which is Padma Inverted. A spectacular romance anime film about a girl who lives in a weird underground city where everyone's gravity is reversed and they're all walking upside down until one day she decides to go up to the surface but realizes that while she's up there, her body keeps trying to float away into space. So she can't really go outdoors, and anytime she goes outside, she has to have a young surface boy whose gravity is normal basically hold her by the hands and walk her everywhere. Except there's also this evil dude that's super duper into, I want to say it was either sending her back or he wanted her people dead or something. It's been a hot minute since I've seen the film, but it's great. It was great when I
He would
watched
always
it.
like as a younger person, he would always take kids' balloons and I watch them fluff in the sky, and then go, "I can do that, but with a person."
The ultimate power fantasy come true. Just watching people float away into the sun while you point and laugh. Glorious stuff. We might throw a change up here at the end. You know what I'm feeling? Because last week we went almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. We might need to mix things up a bit. Plus, then we can note where your final 3 are ranked in accordance with each other. So Kelly, give us your whole podium. Give us your 3, then your 2, then your 1.
All right, so it's going to be 3, 2 honorable mentions, and then 1 because I want to do it at the end. So 3 is the last one I have. I'm not going to touch too much on it because I'm sure other people will have it higher and will want to touch on it higher. At 3, I have Silent Voice. This movie broke me. Like,
Beautiful.
it's maybe the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it was like gave me an existential crisis.
There's
Number
Center.
2, Aaron touched on. Really good movie, Boy and the Beast. Definitely a good tale for that one. So I guess I'll speed run it all. My honorable mentions. I mean, I kind of made this as we were going because I was realizing there's things that like I kind of wish I would have put on there. Everyone can hate on it all they want, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions was a sick movie. Fight me. Fusion Reborn, because you were talking about that. I threw the Heaven's Fields trilogy, and then I put one I haven't seen yet, but I know once I have seen it, I'm sure it will go on here. Jujutsu Kaisen 0, because I'm sure that movie is going to be fucking sick. I just haven't seen it yet. I need to, though. And then at number 1, I have Your Name.
Yes.
Grizz, you had us going. You had my blood pumping. You had me slightly aroused, and then you just kick me in
Are
the
you just
face.
gonna be my rival at
Mr.
this point? Are we just gonna fight about everything?
I want to be your friend, but you keep denying me.
No, you're denying me. You're not accepting me for who I am.
You put half of a half.
Kelly,
Okay, we're
Kelly
gonna have
bl-
to get over that.
Kelly's blue balling of Mason is my new favorite running gag.
He keeps riling me up on
Only to go home early and take a nap.
He got me again. Played me like a damn fiddle.
I'm not even trying to.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. CBC, give us your podium.
All right, hold on. Tell me again. Do I have to elaborate on these?
You don't have to, but you
Shall
can.
I?
Your call.
Should I? Okay. Number 3. I'll let you elaborate this one more. You know, we can talk about this one. I put your name as a number 3.
I like that. Now talk about it. Wingspan.
Number 2. I put the Chinubio Take on Me movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Take on me.
A beautiful voice.
I just love the movie.
Such a beautiful
It was,
voice.
It gave me, you know, a happy ending. It gave me everything I would want with the Chinubio series. It just ended.
It was
Ended
excellent.
Perfectly for me.
Mason is still waiting for his happy ending from Kelly, but thankfully the Chunibyo movie is always there for you.
I got that instead. And then, you know, for number 1, got a silent voice.
Let's go, baby. Number 1.
Beautiful,
Go.
beautiful stuff.
Let's go.
Fantastic movie. The goated movie, goated anime or manga. It's fantastic all around.
See, Grizz, that's how you finish.
Okay, because we have a differing of opinions. You can't tell me it's how we finish.
He had the build-up and he had the finale.
You didn't agree with my finale, but it was there. It hit.
CBC
Someone out
pulled
there has to agree with me.
CBC pulled a Jin Tama ending. You pulled an Attack on Titan ending. You kill me at the end.
Mason is giving out grades for male finishes. You gotta love it.
Ain't nobody beating that. Go on.
All right, Omar, give us your bronze, silver, and gold.
Aaron on number 3. Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Woo.
Oh hell no! I thought you were just trolling me.
Oh no, it's
dude.
here.
You're like Naruto, dude. You're like
Yeah.
Naruto.
We all
Get
knew
out
this
of
was
me.
going to be on Omar's list.
I'm surprised it's not higher.
Listen, Broly's better than any Naruto movie, so
That's debatable. I've seen both, so.
We can start a war over this. But yeah, I liked how it talked about.
Why does everyone want to fight me?
Stop making enemies.
I'm not trying to.
Hey, I'm on your
Grizz,
side
Grizz.
here, Grizz.
I appreciate it.
I'll fight Aaron and just Aaron. Say something mean to me so I can fight you.
He can't.
I
He said
can't.
He wasn't gonna.
Legally, I'm not allowed
Okay.
to.
Oh yeah, you know, Dragon Ball Broly was everything he wanted to show it, and I'm also biased, so I'll admit it. Basically, let's move on to number 2. Your name. I wish I could have put it to 10, but you know.
Feel you.
It was, it was one of the first movies I've seen of this director, and this dude always goes like beast mode on the word. So yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give you that. Your name is a beautiful movie. And number 1, he's Silent Voice, the GOAT. This movie made me
Yes,
cry.
sir. Yes,
This
sir.
movie made me shed tears.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I could watch it right now and get the same feeling. So that's my
Watched
number
it.
1.
Probably 5 times plus, 10 times even. I can still watch it 10 times more.
It's so dope.
Alrighty then. Mason, what are the 3 movies you could watch 10 times or more, as CBC can do with his silent
In 1
voice?
week.
All right. Well, my bronze goes to the last Gintama movie, Gintama the
Respect the
final.
finale. Yeah, yeah.
It was just I mean, like, it's a perfect wrap up. What can I say? My silver goes to my second One Piece movie for this list, One Piece Stampede, which in all perfect honesty is mediocre in terms of plot, but it's the ultimate junk food. It has every character from One Piece that you'd want to see, all jam packed into just one big thing. And who doesn't love that? And then for my number one, my gold, Silent Voice.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
number one.
Yes, sir.
That is a sweep. Don't mind what Grizz and Pos Barons
I
gonna
put it
say.
at number 3.
Hey, bronze looks dumb. Gold looks good.
Hey, you put your name at like 10, so I don't want to hear it.
It wasn't even 10.
Oh yeah, it's honorable mention. So who are you fighting? You're the one who's doing the blasphemy here.
Maybe
Silent
it deserves
Voice
it.
all that matters. Silent Voice all that matters. I came back.
Oh, this is spectacular. And just to keep the trend rolling, my number 3 is A Silent Voice. Cause like,
Oh,
how is it
gosh.
not gonna make my podium? You know what I mean?
Should be number 1 though.
Yeah.
What's your number 2?
Number 2, I have Spirited Away, the GOAT Ghibli film. Now,
Classic.
frankly, I'm shocked that Mason didn't have Princess. What is it? Princess Mononoke?
Mononoke?
Yes.
Mononoke.
The only reason that I probably don't
thinking-
have it on mine is I haven't seen it yet. But once I do, I've told nothing but good things about it. So I'm positive I will enjoy it because it's Ghibli and it's rated high. But Spirited Away is the Ghibli film. It's the GOAT.
I can agree with that.
It is. It is the closest I have felt while watching anime to what I felt as a small child watching like classic Disney films.
Was
You know
it
what I
the
mean?
pig scene?
Oh, it was everything. It was the whole film. Just gave this magical, whimsical, childish vibe off that made you go, "Oh, what a cute but fascinating adventure we are going on with this little girl here." And also,
It is great.
No Face is disturbing.
He was awesome.
He was
Love
awesome.
That dude.
Now, granted, he ended up throwing everyone up at the end, so I guess he technically has a kill count of 0. But throughout the whole film, you were under the assumption that he was eating people. and
He was handing out money all day.
it was a little bit disturbing. I won't lie. Especially since his appearance, they did a good job making him look creepy.
Oh yeah, he was genuinely unsettling.
Oh, yeah. But, he's bested. I think he turns to the side of good. And then Arby's used him in an ad not too long ago, and that makes them the GOATs. And my number 1, we're going to keep this going. All 5 of us had either A Silent Voice or Your Name at number 1, and I have Your Name at number 1. 2016, the summer of 2016 is apparently the king of anime films, as all 5 of us had one of those two. Simply
Get off
insane.
the stage. Look. Get up.
Yeah, just get ready to be crucified.
Your Name was spectacular. The two main characters were incredibly fun to follow. The animation is top notch. The plot line is well written. All of the characters and their interactions are like you're never bored watching it. There's not like there's any even the slow moments, they make up for it by having the character interactions be so just entertaining. It's that Steins Gate quality, I guess, where even they fill out the boring parts by just filling it with the characters being entertaining as shit. You're like, all right, yeah, never mind, this ain't boring anymore. It's great. It's good stuff. Loved it. 10 out of 10. And I guess that was each of our top 10s. We made it through in a reasonable amount of time this week. Good for us. You can catch us next week as we're spitting out some more anime review nonsense as we do every week. Maybe the Grizz will have will have watched episode 2, maybe even episode 3 of Summertime Rendering, which may or may not finally actually be legal in the U.S. We'll see if Disney Plus ever gets off their ass and puts that up. But you can
stay tuned.
You can catch us on Spotify and on YouTube. See y'all next week.